The instructions for Assignment 3, the Paint Job Estimator app, are available in the Canvas website in the Assignments area. There's a PDF here that you can download and get the instructions. The instructions are also listed here in the site. You can download the PDF. Just kind of lays it out a little bit nicer, but the same information. So the purpose of this assignment is to give you some practice with constraint layouts and to use things like text views and image views. And we're going to add in a new view called the EditText widget. And EditText is just like a text view, except it accepts information from the user. And of course we'll use buttons here. We'll also do some coding where we're taking information from that edit text as a string, converting it to a double value, doing some mathematical calculations, and displaying the result in a text view. So the premise of this assignment is we have a client who owns a painting company, and the client would like to have an app that the client, as well as the client's estimators, can use when they go to meet a potential client at their home and determine how much painting the exterior of the house would cost. So there's some information that we need in order to be able to calculate that. And previously, our client has used an Excel spreadsheet, which I've provided in the Canvas site. More information in terms of what's being expected, how to calculate everything. Some videos you can watch. They say in development here. These have been all developed except for the live templates at this point. And that'll probably be developed by tomorrow. And then some tips. Some tips in terms of formatting a number for currency, and a tip for declaring class level variable references to your various views, just to make your typing a little less coding. Another tip here on how to center a label with a edit view. One way I did it was simply aligning the top and bottom constraints, but there is of course a center constraint, which would be another way of doing it. You can also align on baselines. So as is often the case in programming, there's more than one way to do something. In this case, in our layouts, there's more than one way to do something. Okay, and the fourth tip is about using a text view to display all the details with concatenation and new line characters. 1 point for interface, 1 point for correctly calculating and displaying the output as currency in the details as well. Here's the spreadsheet that Pat, our client, has been using to calculate the estimate of a paint job. We need to know the number of feet of all the walls as far as the perimeter, the height of those walls, the linear feet of the eaves, which may be the same as the perimeter or it may be less. For example, there's a patio that might take some of the feet of the eaves out. Number of doors and the number of windows. And we calculate the square feet by taking the perimeter times the height plus the eaves times 1.8 minus the number of doors times 21 minus the number of windows times 18. That will give us the total square feet that needs to be painted. We're going to take that number and divide it by 320 to get the number of gallons needed for this particular house. And then a price per gallon. So these are default values that tend to be the average or the most common values for homes in the community that our client paints. We can calculate the estimate by the paint cost, which would be the number of gallons times the paint per gallon, plus a tax of 8.8%. There's a setup fee of $750, which includes equipment, includes transportation, includes taping, drop cloths, all that sort of stuff. The hours to paint the house is the number of square feet divided by 90 and rounding up. So we get 39 hours. So we're going to round up, multiply that by $55 per hour, gives us a labor cost. And this should be changed to $55 per hour. And then we get our total. So rather than using a spreadsheet on a laptop, Pat, our client, would like to be able to send estimators out to homes using an Android phone, and we're going to design the app for that phone to do these calculations. Let's take a look at the app. This is how the app comes up when we first run it. We have EditText widgets for our perimeter, height, eaves, doors, number of windows, and our price per gallon. There's a button here for use perim, so if we want to set the eaves equal to the number of perimeters, disable entry, we can just simply click use perim, and it'll set this field, this edit text widget, to the same as the text in the perimeter. I'm going to come back and set this back to 240. I'm going to click the calculate button, and we get our estimate of $3,343.80, and then the details of how that was calculated. So the number of square feet is 3447. The number of gallons needed is 11, and the cost at $37.50 would be $412.50. The tax on that is $36.30. It's going to take 39 hours at $55 per hour for a labor cost of $2,145, and then our setup fee $750. That all summed together gives us our $33.43.80. The clear button simply sets everything to 0. And the reset button sets it back to those default values that are common in the community for a house that's 270 perimeter, 12 height, 240 eaves, doors 3, windows 9, and the price per gallon of $37.50. If we had a home that was 500 linear feet on the walls, and the height maybe was 13.6, and we'll say the eaves were 420, 6 doors and 17 windows, and we're going to use a little higher price paint. We're going to say it's $48.75. And let's calculate that out. And our estimate would be $6,369.92, and all the details there. So you can use this screen and the one previously, as well as that spreadsheet, to calculate, is your app providing the correct results. When you're done, zip your project together and submit it into Canvas for grading. Have fun with this. If you just jumped into this video, you can see all the videos from the Android App Development Cohort playlist by clicking on the image in the lower right. And if you'd like to be alerted to future videos that I create, you can click my picture up in the top right and subscribe to the channel.